Hello, hello. Welcome back to Tifosi Time. Happy 4th of July weekend to everybody that's watching. This is our Serie A Monday podcast. My name is Frank. I'm here with Dan, Chris, Pietro. We are coming at you on Twitter. Not Twitter. Way to go. Twitch and YouTube Live. We also are on the podcast versions on Google, Apple, pretty much everywhere. So if you prefer to hear your nonsense instead of hear and see it, we check that out. Say hello, fellas.
Hey.
Hey.
Hello.
So obviously we had a long day in the sun, so let's bring the energy, people. So yeah, why don't we get started on today's episode? We're going to cover. Obviously, there was a big quarterfinal, Italy Belgium, and then we're going to take a look ahead at the Italy Spain semifinal, and maybe touch on some of the other semifinal games. So why don't we start with Italy Belgium? If you guys can remember back that far, I know we're all getting older. Yeah, who wants to go first? Italy Belgium, big 2-1, big win.
Well, if you're watching the podcast, I think on the bottom there says a lot for the future with Spinazzola being injured, right? It's a big loss for them. He's been the best player in the entire tournament, or one of the best players. As for the game, I thought they played okay besides Immobile. That being said, I still want him to start over Belotti.
Hey guys, about the game, right? We deserve to win, but I have to say some critic to Mancini because I don't think he handled well the game. We had the problem with Doku, with the Doku with De Lorenzo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't put nobody to help him.
Doku was giving Di Lorenzo a hard
all
time.
the danger was from that guy, not much Lukaku. From was for Duke.
Yeah.
So if we would have lost, it would be his fault.
I think I text you guys during the first subs. Right? I hope he's dumb enough to take out Doku because he was giving us the hardest time. Yeah, I thought he would have gotten more help on that side from Chiesa, but that guy gave us a hard time.
Anybody, doesn't matter what. When the sub he put a Cristante, he should have put a Cristante on that side to help him more.
Yeah. He was definitely dangerous. I found it funny going back to Lukaku. I don't know. Did you guys notice Chiellini like beating the shit out of him at midfield, and it's just like smart fouls, and it's just like.
Well, that's the thing. Chiellini, he brings so much experience, and even just status on the field, right, with the refs. Like Chiellini can hit the other forward. He smiles with it. He's professional. Like
he plays the game.
He canceled them. But anyway, even in the substitution, I don't understand the way he didn't put Locatelli.
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
Because in the second half, Barella, it wasn't nothing.
Yeah.
Well, I actually didn't question that one as much. What I question is obviously Emerson, is Spinazzola's understudy, and now with Spinazzola being out, that's a big loss for Italy. Because on that team.
Besides that, how long did it take to take Immobile out?
Well, Mobley, but I'm saying first, I honestly am at the point where I'd rather see him put Bastoni instead of Emerson. If at least you're going to get better defense.
Right.
Well,
right.
I agree. I'd rather see that too.
Yeah. You get long passes, you get better defense.
Yeah, like you're not going to get runs up the field, but I haven't seen it from Emerson yet either.
But you need a more stay-at-home defender because Insigne is not going to run back on that side anyway. So it's better to have someone who plays more defensive over there.
I do not trust Emerson at all.
No,
and then at that things, Immobile out, right? In that case, you put a Belotti. Why don't you put a Berardi? You play with the false scenario. In other words, you want Belotti to help the midfield, not to score.
Well, that was the thing. Remember, I brought that up a few weeks back, and we talked about that. Like, it's a hard thing to do unless they've been practicing that option. But I mean, realistically, we all in agreement. If Immobile had his worst day that I've seen him play in a long time. Like, he did nothing good.
He couldn't even trap the ball.
Couldn't trap the ball. Couldn't pass the ball. Couldn't do anything. If he's out, I think they can be more dangerous with a false nine than a Belotti, because Belotti was just as bad.
He looked like he wanted to score. like he didn't understand that we need him to help in midfield.
Listen,
Not to shoot them
if
out
he's
to
God forbid
score.
the forward actually did score, that would be nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you think about it, they're doing well with pretty much nothing from their forwards.
It take a while. Like I say, thank God that we win, and when you win, everything's going well. But all this thing I say, if you would have lost, they would have come out. All of them.
Oh
But
yeah.
listen, even the penalty
All of
that they
them.
gave up before
And
halftime,
nobody, no newsman mentioned. Everything is okay. I mean, if you want to talk sports, you want to talk possible losing or winning, you have to notice this thing too. No, everything's okay because you end okay.
well, I think the forwards, he's pretty limited in terms of options he has.
Because
Immobile and
in that case, we put a lucky. You know, we win a lot. You
well,
know,
no,
not just because.
well, no, forget luck. But I think what this really comes down to, if you really want to criticize, let's say Immobile, right, and the forwards, this comes back to why is Key not on the team?
No,
Because
no, that doesn't make sense.
it does
No,
it
I
does
don't
make
believe.
sense when you look at the forwards that we have.
No, I know, and then the kid doesn't do nothing
He's
anyway.
better than Bolatti.
No, I don't think so.
I
They
think
like
so.
him. They like him for his defense. He got his ass kicked as soon as he came in. You saw that, right?
Well, yeah, Bolotti's going to help the defense. He's going to fight, but I'm saying in terms of actual forward options,
No, I
if
agree.
Immobile is not good, they don't get
See,
anything
about
going forward.
thinking, Frank, you have to look and sub in the moment of the contest of the game.
Yeah.
Then the Belgium was attacking the second half. We had the power in the midfield. So we need some forward to help the midfield.
Yeah, I understand.
That's why I say you could have put Berardi or Cristante or Locatello, some other midfield.
I think Locatelli should have played. I don't understand the logic there.
You don't have to play with three forward when you are in difficulty.
Yeah.
Well, I think he also maybe didn't want to close himself in the whole way, right?
Oh, you will finish it. The first half we were playing good. Second half today we took over.
I think you guys are being a little harsh. This is supposedly the number one team in the world, Belgium, and they did, especially that first half, they did absolutely nothing. Like anytime Belgium got the ball, their goalie got, defenders got it. They had nowhere to go with the ball. They pressed so high up the field, it was impossible for Belgium to get anything going. And then the way they score is a penalty shot, which, to be honest, I don't think it was a penalty shot. You know, Doku made a move. He's fast. Yeah, I know. And he got nudged in behind and he got taken out. But to me, that was a soft penalty. You know, other than that, like, Belgium did absolutely nothing.
Well, Donnarumma made a nice save too.
He did.
He did make a nice save, and that's why you buy Donnarumma. So it makes saves like that. You know, people can make the regular saves. It's those saves that only Donnarumma can make, which is good for PSG.
Italy had a great first half, right? When they gave up that penalty and they went into halftime 2-1, I said, "Oh, that was the worst timing you possibly could have had," right? Because now all the momentum went.
Was good. Talk about the second half. Okay.
Well, the second half we've been talking about it, right? But you know, the thing is, I think I don't think Cristante played bad when he came in. I don't know why Locatelli didn't come in, but I have to imagine he put him in for a reason.
Yeah,
I don't think it's
question, why nobody helped Lorenzo with that guy? That's the main question.
Yeah, the weaknesses on this team are center forward and with Spinazzola hurt, the two fullbacks.
Yeah, no.
They are.
You don't want to understand what I'm talking about.
You're saying why didn't people help De Lorenzo? How the hell do I know? I wasn't there.
You agreed Dogu was the best of them.
Yeah.
You agreed De Lorenzo could not take him. So you did help.
So
yes, sir.
So what do you want?
Why that didn't happen? I don't know.
Two things. Either you switch player, to someone to be able to hold him, or you may get someone close to them to go 2 against 1.
Okay, so what would you have done?
That Cristante I would have put on the right. First of all, I would not put Cristante. I would have put Locatelli, or put Immobile, or Berardi. But if I had to go when I make a substitution, I would have put someone close to up to Lorenzo.
Well, he put Toloy in at some point. I don't know where he was playing.
Yeah, but what? Who put up to Lorenzo? Nobody. And the guy was doing whatever he wanted.
Well, that's an adjustment that should have happened during the game.
He had to sacrifice Chiesa and put him on the other side because whatchamacallit got hurt, so he had to change sides and have Berardi on the right side, which Berardi doesn't play defense, so it wasn't a help.
Yeah. I don't know. You can't really complain, man. They just beat the number 1 team in the world.
No, I mean, so the question that you have is who does he start in midfield? Well, people are saying maybe Belotti gets to start instead of Immobile next game. People are saying, who they're going to play at left back. Maybe you move Florenzi to the left, you put Toloi to the left. I don't have any faith in Emerson. That's a big question mark over there. Me, I would say what Frankie said, put Bastoni there. Let him play next to Chiellini and Bonucci. He'll hold his own over there. I think he'd be fine over there. And then is Verratti going to start again, or is he going to put Locatelli? And I think he's going to keep the same midfield.
I think Verratti's going to start.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to switch.
I think at this point Verratti's going to start because he played him after Locatelli played 2 great games. Now Verratti played a little bit better in this game.
Yeah,
he played a little bit better.
Not much better.
Yeah, but he was
than the first game. Yeah,
but that first goal, that was him. He's the one that pressed up and stole that ball.
Yeah.
He made the difference on that play. You got to give him credit for that.
I think it's also a very different game than team than Belgium, right?
And that's the thing. Like you have 2 teams that Spain and Italy both want to control the ball. They both want to play through the midfield and everything. It's which midfield do you have more faith in? Do you have Italy's midfield or I don't mind. Blake just blew out. Italy's midfield or Spain's midfield?
We have a better midfield. The question is how much Emerson, does.
I have zero faith
What is
in
going to
Emerson.
do?
Zero faith.
Can he attack? Because if he cannot attack, he better put Bastoni in there.
If I'm starting Emerson, I say you don't go past half field. I don't want that kid. I don't want him past half field. I don't trust him. I don't trust him to get back.
There's no reason to have. And there's no reason to have Emerson.
That's why I'm saying don't play him. I don't want him to play.
Yeah, I agree.
Listen, I think when you look at Italy's team, they've been playing well, whatever. But in terms of who's dangerous on that team, it's been Chiesa with speed. It's been hard to contain. And Spinazzola
well too.
No, I'm saying they've all played well, but I'm saying in terms of change of pace,
you don't have
speed,
Spinazzola.
you don't have Spinazzola. That
right?
hurts a lot, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a big loss for them. It's going to be hard to adjust for them.
Because Spinazzola is someone that puts the team on the heels. Right, they have to worry about his speed. They can't attack as much. They have to, that threat a lot of times.
Not only that, he's a better defender than Emerson too.
Oh yeah,
So
that goes back to my point. Like the fullbacks are pretty bad with Spinazzola gone. Like they're not good.
But you know what? A lot of teams are searching for fullbacks, not just nationally. Club teams, like it's a hard position to fill. It's not.
Now this could help Italy in the long run if they have to find a replacement for Spinazzola until he gets better, and maybe Pellegrini gets a chance or whatever down the road. But right now we're focused on this tournament. But
yeah, so for those who don't know, he tore his Achilles. He had surgery today.
What do you talk about Pellegrini? We don't need Pellegrini right now.
No, well, he's saying for the next 4 months, who's
after this tournament, Spinazzola is going to be out for 5-6 months.
Yeah.
But for the next after the tournament, he's going to be the World Cup.
Yes, what I'm saying.
You hope he's
and
back.
All 2 people were old. It's the Bonucci and Chiellini.
Yeah, but this is a perfect example of Spinazzola. Like you can't be left with Emerson.
He's saying there's no one behind him.
There's no one worth anything behind him.
Oh, well, Bastoni will going to play.
Yeah, if he plays Bastoni.
He has to attack before. He has to attack all the time. We have to forward. As long as we have the midfield good.
Yeah, I think it's worth giving him a shot over there. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how he lines up. I think you got a better chance of him throwing Toloi or Florenzi on the left side than putting Bastoni over there. I don't think he's going to trust Bastoni.
Yeah. I mean,
we'll see. It should be interesting.
I don't trust it. When 1982, right, when we became a champion, a World Cup, this Berzot, you don't even remember, he invented defense Bergomi, was 18 years old. Bergomi.
Okay.
Why you cannot trust Bastoni? When you trust Bastoni? When he's 40?
I just think you have to look at what you're getting from the guys you're starting. Like Emerson, what's he giving us really? He's not. He didn't go forward one time, and he got beaten defense several times.
That's what I say. If he's able to attack, fine.
Yeah.
You pretend to have Spinazzola, but if He can attack what he want him in defense.
I mean, at this point, if he's going to do that, I'd rather have Bernardeschi play defense. At least maybe he can go forward.
Oh, please. Oh, God.
But I'm saying he thinks he's replacing Spinazzola with Emerson, but he's not in form if that's what you're going to get him. I'd rather see Florenzi maybe or Bastoni. And I just hope it doesn't end up biting him in the ass because Spinazzola was a big reason the midfield could have supremacy because people had to worry about Spinazzola. So it made space. It allowed us to play.
Yeah,
They didn't attack, right? Like you lose that.
He was a great outlet. You wanted to get the ball
Yeah.
to him. I don't want you to get the ball to Emerson. Now you have to find a different way to get the ball up front because you don't want to go in through him.
Yeah.
So
And listen, let's hope Immobile has a better game than he had last game, right?
He cannot
I think
be
he has
admitted.
I think-
worse than that.
Yeah,
he can
like-
have.
He can't be worse than that. He couldn't even trap the ball. He couldn't pass it. Couldn't do anything.
Did you like his dive on the first goal where he's sitting on the ground and they score and he gets up?
We mobile like that. You know what that means? For the midfield, the other people try the 1-2, he can hold on the ball.
Yeah.
He couldn't play with his back to the ball. He couldn't
No.
dribble past anyone. He couldn't trap the ball. It was awful.
Nope. And their defenders were being criticized, right, for being like older.
Their
and
defense
slower.
wasn't that great. They
No,
were
but
slow.
that's what I'm saying. But they
Yeah.
shut him down like really bad.
Yeah.
It just
I
wasn't his
don't
day.
give them credit. I think it was just him being awful.
You know what I found funny? Insigne's goal, beautiful, one of the goals of the tournament, and like we made fun of him last week for that same exact thing. But it was beautiful, right?
Listen,
Like,
No, we made fun of him because he tries that same exact
Yes.
shot at
No,
the
I mean-
wrong moments.
Oh,
Insigne, he tries the same. For me, Insigne, if I'm the goalie and I know him, I'm going over the outside
Yeah,
every single time
starting
before
in
he
that corner.
before he even shoots. I'm going over there.
I'm just gonna go stand in that corner.
Yeah, but you know what that goal, the impressive part to me was the way that they, Belgium had the ball and the pressing
Yeah.
and just so high up the field, they just got the ball back so quickly. And then when Belgium lost the ball, nobody hustled back on their team.
dude, and that's
It was like they were running in a different gear than Italy in that first.
and that's
half
what I was
because-
saying this whole tournament. Like Italy, I feel like when you watch Italy, they're the team that's trying the hardest. Like I really do
yeah.
feel like
you didn't see
it.
that hustle from Belgium on that second goal. They were just like, "Oh, we lost it. Somebody else will get him." And then the defense just kept backing up. Like, can somebody step up on them? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So, that was. I mean, it was a nice goal. It was a nice shot. But you've seen him do that a million times.
Mhm.
Listen, and with that being said, they have, even with as good as they played and they got the results, it's still nothing's been accomplished, right? You have 2 games left that, you know how these tournaments go. One bad game.
I was better than Spain.
I agree.
Spain is not the Spain of 2-3 years ago.
I agree. I don't expect Morata to really give Bonucci and Chiellini a hard time.
It's going to be disappointing if they do lose.
Oh,
Dom, you can throw out the bracket if you want.
Because we have a better midfield, so we're going to take over.
Spain does not have a bad midfield. That kid Pedri is playing pretty good. I watched the game that they played. They tied 1-1, one on penalties, which obviously I was rooting for. I think we were all rooting for Switzerland.
Switzerland, yeah.
Because Switzerland didn't play an awful game.
No.
They were in it the whole time. But the final 4 over here, look what we got. We got Italy versus Spain and England versus Denmark, my team, more than Italy this year. England gets the entire road home now, so every game is at Wembley Stadium.
Which is crazy, by the way. How did they set that up?
I don't know, that's stupid.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb. And then I was hearing like the Italian Federation's pissed because they're only getting like a limited amount of tickets for this next game, and Spain's getting the rest or something.
Why?
So, I don't know. It's not a lot. It's not. They want it equal, half and half. It's not.
Morning,
Morning,
Rich.
regards.
Morning,
Hey,
Rich.
morning, Rich. Morning for you. I'm ready to go to bed. But that England game, I mean, if you watched that England game, that wasn't even close. Honestly, the first half was really boring to me. Kane got his goal, but the second half they were just pouring it on. I would have liked to see Sweden in that game more than Ukraine. We did, Rich. We're on podcast. We're on Spotify, Google, Apple, so you can listen to us over there.
Yep. Happy for Denmark. I know you mentioned that.
Yeah, it's a
but,
good story for Denmark, for sure.
hey, that assist from Male, assist of the tournament.
Right outside, what was that? Outside of the right foot, all the way to the other side of the 6. It was a really nice pass.
That was beautiful.
So you think Denmark has one more game in them to get to the final?
Dude,
England's definitely building some I think what do you call it? I'm having a brain fart here.
I mean, they have the momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. The thing is they're home, and England hasn't let up a goal yet, right?
Yeah.
Which is
England's let up 0 goals.
Pretty impressive. That being said, I'm pulling for Denmark. Do I think Denmark can win? Yes. If it wasn't in England, it might be a little different story. We'll see.
I think Denmark's going to be in this game. I think it's going to be closer than people think.
Me too.
They have a strong squad, and Kyer back there has played really well.
I hope Denmark plays loose with no stress on them, and I hope they, surprisingly, because I don't think England is.
And that's the thing with Denmark has no pressure. No one thought they would get to the Final Four. So just go out there, have fun, and play your game and see what you can do.
The fans, the Kyer say, now we go to the end.
Yeah, I really think, like, I'm very tempted. I throw a little money on some games. I'm probably going to throw money on Denmark just because I'm going to be rooting for them. So a little extra incentive. But I think they have a shot. It's not as clear cut as everyone thinks England to the finals.
Yeah, I agree. I would not be surprised if Denmark did win. Yeah.
Rich says, who out of you are Milan fans? None of us are Milan fans, unfortunately. We're all Juventus fans, and we've had a shitty year. But the Donnarumma news, they're signing PSG. I think we're announcing.
PSG, they said this month, right, is going to do Hakimi, Donnarumma, and Ramos, right?
Yeah.
But is it 100% official, or can you think it?
They're setting the plans to announce all those signings. It's all marketing now.
Wait, and they already got Wijnaldum, right? Too.
Yeah, they got him too.
I mean, they're just.
Yeah, but the guys,
who?
What about? Because of PSG, it's they can buy whatever you want, but that they prove no matter what they buy, they're not winning the championship.
Well, they have.
So sometimes,
I don't worry about any teams.
Sometimes it's not to buy the best. You see who will win.
I mean, PSG always bought players, but now they're acting like the Yankees of baseball.
Yeah, that's what's bothering me, the amount of money.
It's scary that the amount that they're putting into the team.
Yeah. I mean, they have the money, so spend it,
You're neutral. You don't have any fandom, Rich. There's not one team you pull for. I think we all pulled probably for Atalanta.
Yeah,
just these days.
Hey, Richard, we don't want things. We do all the fair play, right? Financial play. And Milan is the one who spend right.
Yeah,
they are.
Spend more than 80 million already.
How did they spend 80 million?
Still, they don't know if they have 11 players to play.
Tomori.
Because they're all.
Oh, that's right. He said Regina.
Oh, Regina.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are spending money compared to Inter, who's selling off players, right? Like. Speaking of players, there is news that like Arsenal's going after Locatelli, and we all want him at Juventus, obviously, but he's pulling for Juventus, which is a good thing. He wants to go to Juventus, so we're holding hope that it will actually happen.
There's rumors.
Hey, Christopher, let me tell you something. If Locatelli still go to Juventus, it's because he wants to.
No, that's what I'm saying. 100%.
Because if it wasn't for Sassuolo, they would have sold it to us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because they've got a higher offer from Arsenal. So it's like, but he wants to go to Juventus. So
Rich is a Regina fan, Bob.
That's good. Well, we are in Serie C or Serie B.
I think they're in the third division.
Third, I can check.
Other rumors that, I guess we're talking about transfers right now. Tomiyasu, apparently Tottenham want him. Bologna want 20 million. They've offered 18 million. There's a couple of teams that are in on him. Atalanta want him.
Tomiyasu is better than Sandro.
Yeah,
I would love to have Tomiyasu on Juventus. I like him a lot.
They tried to sell Wemberg.
Who?
Bologna.
Svanberg.
What's Wemberg? The midfield.
Svanberg. Yeah, they got a lot of players that people are looking at. Lazio signing. Remember Anderson, guys, who went to England? Mm-hmm. He's coming back on a free to Lazio. They signed another
Anderson?
guy.
Felipe
Anderson. Yeah, he's so inconsistent, but when he's on, he's really fun to watch.
Yeah,
and maybe with Sarri, he would be good. But I'm excited to see him back.
Minutes is still in Regina or he left.
Yeah, Rich is saying he's still on.
He's still there. Yeah.
Last
Is
year
he?
he played with Regina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
How old is he now?
Yeah, now he's 32, 32, something like that.
He's probably older than that.
Yeah.
Other Chris, I know you're on more other transfers.
I know, and I always look at that stuff, but every time I get to the podcast, I have like brain farts and forget everything. Because the problem is too, there's so many rumors, and half of it's just to get clicks, so you can't even believe it. But like, I don't know. I want I want Juventus to get Locatelli. That's what I'm hoping.
Did you hear the rumor about Ronaldo?
Well, he's going to sign a contract.
He might stay with Juventus for 2 years.
Yeah.
So in other words, instead to make 31 million a day, 2 years to make 20 million.
Yeah.
His agent is meeting with Juventus tomorrow.
I don't know. He's going to score again, but still, I don't think it's a good policy. I don't think it's.
Yeah, with Ronaldo, you have to think about it. It's more than just on the field, though. Like all the popularity he gives off the field, and like everyone, like look at their Instagram. Like they're top up there because of Ronaldo. Like that says something for the team, right?
In terms of global marketing, like he definitely elevated the brand, right? People outside of Italy, like casual people, didn't know who Juventus was. Now they know it, and I have no problem with that. That was smart, but have a plan afterward. Like, don't just have them get old and now you're stuck with them. Use it to get some young players and set yourself up for the next cycle.
Yeah, I could totally see them though adding another year and doing 2 for 40 instead of 1 for 30, whatever he's getting. You know what I mean? I could totally see that.
Yeah, but it's still a way to see if Mbappe go to Real Madrid.
Well, that's
but I was gonna say, what's in it for Ronaldo there? Like 2 for 20, he can get that anywhere.
No, well, so the thing, I don't know, man.
Any of those other teams that are interested would give him 2 for 20.
Listen, in America, they'll give him that much money and say, "Here's a team that you can own."
Yeah, they'll give him a team in America if he went. They'll give him $100 million, and he could be like,
he'll get there. He'll get there eventually. Are you guys excited about the possibility of Pjanic coming for free back to Juventus? Barcelona's kind of sick of him and said, "Hey, you can go for free anywhere you want." Yeah. They're saying you can go back for free anywhere you want.
Yeah, because you see, Barcelona has to spend all the money in Messi.
Yeah, they're a cap.
They're trying to save it like that. They give it to money. I would not do it. That's another one I would not do.
Yeah, that's
here's the thing, Pjanic. Yeah, if he went somewhere free, like he's not. Of course, it's okay you're getting him for free, but are we just gonna go backward like Allegri, Pjanic? Are we just gonna be like? I don't know. Like that's
it's not free. Like it's free. Like you get him for $0, but you're still paying his salary.
Yeah, it's base salary.
Yeah. That's the reason Barcelona's doing it. Yeah.
How much does he make now?
It's probably around 8, I would assume.
No, it's gotta be more than 8. I bet you makes like 11 or 12.
Pjanic. He make around 8 to 9.
Yeah. For me, I'd rather save the money and do something else.
Yeah, well, Pjanic for Juventus is a piano B. If we don't get a
Locatelli. Yeah, I can
let me say, if we don't get Locatelli, then who are they getting? Or they're not going to get anyone then.
Yeah. Well, that's what they were saying too. There was rumors like, "Hey, we might stand pat for this year," which is like, as a fan, that's like disheartening.
We're not asking you to go get a lot, but there's a couple. Like if Locatelli wants to come to you, go get him. You already lost Donnarumma.
Yeah.
Kovalevsky, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't consider him a midfielder. He's more of a winger.
Yeah.
So, and we all have high hopes on Dybala. We want him to have a bounce back year. McKennie's the one midfielder that we all like.
We should build around Dybala 100%. Yeah, we all agreement there. I think the midfield has just been so weak for last. We can't go in with Bentancur and Rabiot and Ramsey and expect to win the Champions League, right? Like you can pretend all you want. Maybe you win Serie A again because Inter got worse and whatever, but the midfield is just, we need one quality player like a Locatelli or someone to come in and I think improve it. Really, the only one we like is McKennie.
We love McKennie. Yeah, that's so I don't know. All right, are you guys moving on to the next thing?
No, I mean the other thing I was going to mention the Raspadori rumors. Inter apparently want him for cheap, like $20 million in a player, which I mean, Raspadori for 20 million. I feel like that's not a lot of money.
I mean, considering he's only had 1 year.
Oh,
No, I mean, it's 2 years.
Alex Sanchez got injured.
Did he?
Now they push for Raspador.
Yeah, I mean, they're the ones going strongest after Raspadori. I hope he doesn't go to, obviously I don't like Inter, so I don't want him to go there. But I don't want him to leave Sassuolo either. I want him to.
Sassuolo's going to have problems if they get rid of everybody. Like what they've done so far, the coach, and if they lose Locatelli and Raspadori, and
they're going to struggle for sure.
Didn't they lose somebody else as well?
Yeah, Marlon and
well, I mean, Boga's always rumored to lose.
Yeah. Berardi might go to Milan.
Yeah.
Berardi might go to Milan.
Berardi might go to Milan too?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's never left Sassuolo yet. Why is he going to leave now?
Milan's rumored for everyone. Like Milan's rumored for Isco for 20 million. Like they always get their names thrown around for a lot of players. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But there hasn't been like tons of movement yet, right? Like,
no.
I mean, the tournament's still going, so.
Well, so that's the thing too. I think a lot of the coaches are like respecting that. Like people in the tournament, they're not trying to mess with them. Which is a good
the last
thing.
day is the 11th, right?
Yeah. So
like people, you've seen like what Jadon Sancho's moved, during this thing.
That was predicted last year too.
But that's what I mean. Like that's the big thing that you've seen, other than free transfers. You know, you haven't seen like huge ones going, from team to team.
No, I think that'll heat up after the Euros, and it'll probably go late to the last day. Yeah.
Can Atalanta sign Messi?
What?
He's free. Come on, it's all from a contract. Let's go.
He would. Atalanta doesn't need Messi.
It's funny, man. This tournament, all Atalanta's players, man. Everyone knows that team now because they're.
I think they knew him ahead of time.
Yeah, you think that, but like I don't know, like Italy's fourth best team. Like a lot of people are not paying attention to that, right? Like they're definitely seeing it now.
So, do we want to go back? I mean, you guys are good on transfers. I think D'Aversa went to Samp, right? That was the other thing, another coaching move, because he had just signed back with Parm. I think he rescinded that contract, and now he's back. He's signed with Samp. So, keeping track of these coaches in Italy is ridiculous. I have no idea who's who. Like, I forgot Spalletti's in Napoli. Like, I completely forgot about that.
Oh, I forgot about that too.
Like, there's so many new coaches. In
that was like
places.
week 1, right?
Yeah, that was like right away. Italiano officially went to Fiorentina.
And Mota.
Yeah, Thiago Motta is rumored for Spezia. I guess they want to get relegated.
Which, if I remember.
Has he coached anyone yet?
No,
he's awful. He's awful.
He was a coach, I forget where, and he tried a formation of like a 2-6-2-1.
No, because, all right, let me explain this. He calls his formations 2-7-2 because he goes from left to right instead of up to down.
What?
So, yeah, he tries to like. So his whole idea is to reinvent the game. He's like, I look at the team left to right, not up and down, top and bottom stuff.
Is it the same Thiago Motta that was on Juventus?
Yeah, the one that got with Genoa, they throw him out.
Yeah, he was horrible.
It was like 4 games, and he said to get the hell out of here.
You mean one of the illustrious Secco signings when Secco was in charge, and we got him, Andrade, who never played a game.
Thiago Motta used to play with Inter, Motta.
Yeah, well, I mean, Spezia's going down. He's an awful coach. Oh, the other piece of news, Salernitana, I don't know how to pronounce the name.
Salernitana?
Yeah, they're De Laurentiis has to sell them. So they have to register. They have to get bought by a different owner before they can register. So they're saying that, like, if they don't do this very soon, they're not going to let them in, and Benevento is going to take their spot because they need a different. You can't have the same owner on 2 teams. So that should be changing quickly. I mean, I don't think he wants them to get relegated. So like, he's got to sell them. He's going to make a profit. I'm sure he bought them for nothing, but
yeah, but that's tough, man. When people know you have to sell, it's just like you lose your negotiation.
But can he sell them to a family member?
Probably, yeah. He could probably finagle something where it's still, to his cousin or something like that.
Also, now we're thinking about stuff. How did you guys feel about Tonali taking a pay cut to stay at Milan?
Yeah. He wanted to stay, so they got the transfer fee lower and they got his salary.
That showed the proof. Tonali's on the decline. Nobody would take a deal like that.
No, it doesn't prove he's on decline. It proves he wants to stay in
No,
Milan.
he wants. He doesn't even play.
Well, he wants
Yeah,
to stay.
come
That's
on.
the point.
He wants to stay.
In my country, I made the contract to pay me.
Wow. He's taking a pay cut.
Pay cut. What pay cut?
That's what he's doing.
Well, because they didn't have to do the deal. They could have let him go back, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So they weren't gonna. So they negotiated a lower transfer fee and a
less
lower
money.
salary.
Yeah, like 16 million. Well, it's like 20 total after like bonuses and all that kind of stuff. But
No, he was one of the most disappointing players of last year for sure. I don't think the same thing happens with Locatelli if you go get him this year. I think Locatelli is a lot more finished product than Tonelli.
You know Milan, the problem is, Milan has a problem to make 11 players. Second,
wait, why do you say?
Yes, if he signed and Billy wants 6 million, he wants to go to Olympiad. Then they have the Africa Championship, which Benacer case they go to.
Yeah.
At the end, they don't even have 11 players to play.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because the African Cup is always in the middle of the season, so the players go.
They already about 30 million.
Yeah.
It's tough, but I mean, you have to pay Kessie. Like, if he wants 6 million, I think you have to give it to him, right? Like,
6 million is not too high for Kessie.
Yeah, like he's the heart and soul of that team.
You know what I don't understand? I mean, I pay a player, and the player can go to play wherever he wants. And this is we're going back to the Super League. I mean,
they still can go wherever they want. Their national team
has to pay a guy, and the guy go play wherever he wants.
I mean, the team cannot release him, but no one. The team cannot release you, but no one's going to come to your team.
Yeah, have fun getting other players. If you say no,
no one's going to come to your team. They go, oh, they don't let me play for my country. Who's going to sign? Who's going to come to you?
Yeah,
you can't think. Who's going to reach that country? Who's going to pay you?
It doesn't matter. Every team pays everybody.
Matter. I pay you or you play for me.
No, every team pays them. What are you talking about?
I send you there.
Yeah, that's good luck with that. They're not going to come to your team.
So,
go somewhere else.
So what we're saying is, if you tell Kessie that, right now, you want to get someone else who's African, they're not going to come because you just told Kessie
you're not fair, because if it was a European and it was convenient when they played, and they
just because they closed the league down, it's not fair.
Just because it's outside of the window of those games, you can't be like, too bad you can't play.
Yeah, I'd be pissed as a player.
Buying the real estate in Milan. Oh, who's that?
I think he was talking about Messi's always rumored to buying.
Because buying, right? He wants
buying real estate in Italy. So Messi. There's always those rumors that he's looking at houses in Italy, so maybe he wants to go there or whatever. But I think it's just like he's Messi and he wants to have a house in Italy. I don't think there's anything more than that.
Mm-hmm.
So should we look ahead to the semifinal? Italy, Spain.
I mean, you have Italy, Spain,
tomorrow.
Both teams tomorrow, 3:00 Eastern. I don't know what time it is for you, Rich, in Australia, but
I gotta set my DVR.
Yes, I will be having a meeting at work where I lock myself in my office and watch it. Spain started the tournament off slow. I mean, they were tying some teams. They started to put the ball in the back of the net, though. I mean, especially the game against, what was that, Serbia or whoever they played against? 5 goals. They have the most goals in the tournament.
Yeah, Spain, right? The best way to beat Spain is do exactly what you've been doing to the team so far: is press the hell out of them, keep the ball, and attack their defense. Like, don't let them play, because if you let them play, and they have a lot of good players. They can have a great shot. They can have they can score like any other team. So keep the ball. Let them defend, which they don't want to do. Press them, and then hopefully you're up 2-0 again by halftime.
I think the only team that has worse forwards than Italy is Spain.
Look, we have better defense, better midfield, and better forward.
They have better forward. I'd rather have Morata than the way Immobile played last week.
But Morata against Chiellini and Bonucci, he's not going to do anything.
Well, they should know him because they're on the same team, so they should know how to defend him. Although he's much faster than both Chiellini and Bonucci.
Yeah.
Right? If he actually was in his day and he turned
on the pitch.
and he turned and like ran at them, that he can cause them problems. But if he's able to do that is another question, right? Because he hasn't been in that kind of form.
I think they're too smart for that for him. You know, they'll pull him offside. Morata's always offsides anyway. Like he's just gonna. I don't think he's gonna really do. I could be wrong, but I don't think.
No,
he's
you're
gonna
right. I mean, they're on the same team, right? They practice versus each other. There should be no surprise either way.
Yeah, like there's not going to be any tricks that he's going to be able to pull to, you know, especially if Chiellini's on him.
I think we all agree that we think Italy's going to win this game. You got to hope they play with their head, they play smart. Verratti doesn't do something stupid, right? Like,
and you also got to hope that they didn't think so much about Belgium that they don't, and they're saying if they're going and going, oh, we're going to beat Spain. Like, hopefully they still consider it Spain. It's a big country. They, they don't let down.
I think they'll be up for it. He's had to prepare for how many games in a row now? They haven't lost, right? Like,
they didn't have a lot of time in between though, right? Friday to Tuesday. Was it Friday to Tuesday?
No. What was it? I don't even know.
Yeah, Friday they played, right?
Listen, it's the same amount as every other game.
Yeah.
They seem to be getting up for it. It'll be interesting. Like I said, like Morata, that guy Gerard, the other forward, like they don't scare me. They really don't.
Gerardo Moreno, he cannot play.
Like they're not. You know,
I think we have a better
strong.
defense, 100%. I think our midfield, the way they're playing, is better.
And goalie, that's big.
Yeah,
right?
and goalie. But at this level, though, it depends on where they let them shoot from, right?
Well, 2 games ago, this guy whiffed on the ball and let it, like. So.
Well, whatever you say, Spain, you say they score more goal than everybody else.
Yeah, they have.
What I say about Spain, they are the worst team since a long time. I mean, 5 or 10 years ago, they were a better team.
Yeah.
I
think Spain would agree with you. They're very young.
I think they won the Euros about
You
that
see
time.
what I don't like Spain? You know what I don't like Spain? They have the central defense and the 2 central defenders, they were both to left.
So.
Left foot.
Okay.
Laporte, the other guy.
If Immobile plays the way that
I was going to say.
it doesn't matter.
Immobile could do a good game.
Let's hope Immobile wakes up and scores a couple goals.
We said it earlier. The biggest question of this game is where does their offense come from now that Spinazzola is not on the left side? How are they changing their tactics?
Yeah.
If they don't have an answer for that, it's going to be a tough game. Not that they're going to lose necessarily, but it's going to be a lot harder than it's been. It'll be a more low-scoring game.
Because the thing about Spinazzola, and you know me, I mean, we talk about it all the time, but like the runs he makes with the ball, they're great. But even just the threat of him being out there when he doesn't get the ball just widens the field.
Listen, he was clocked as the fastest person in the tournament. Like, he's legit fast.
And our team doesn't have a lot of speed. The speed on our team was Spinazzola and Chiesa.
Mm-hmm. So that threat is gone. So how are they going to do it now? Is it over the top to Immobile? Can he get past anyone? The other side on Chiesa?
Well, actually, that was the other thing, that when I brought up Keane earlier was like I would have brought him just for a change of pace, just so you have a little bit faster option, right? Because right now it's like, the last game I thought Chiesa was going to score. He was in form. He was moving.
Raspadori.
I don't think he's going to play Raspadori.
He's not going to get playing time.
Oh, I want him to play.
Do you think he's going to put Raspadori in? I don't think he's going to put Raspadori in.
I don't know. Sooner or later, he has to have some courage to pull some young guy.
I mean, the forwards, listen, I still hope that we saw the worst games from Immobile and Belotti, and I hope they played the last 2 good.
I think you have that has to be Immobile's worst game in the last 10
It has
years.
to be.
That was
he was
terrible.
I don't know what the hell happened. I mean, the defenders, the only thing I think that they were a little bit big, they were physical on them. That's the only thing I could think about.
But he was just missing
he couldn't trap the
traps,
ball. Yeah, he couldn't.
Yeah. So what do you guys think for that game? You have predictions? You have a score?
Yeah, I think it's going to be 2-1 Italy.
Yeah.
3-0, 3-1.
3-0 or 3-1. It's not really how the predictions were. I'm going to say 2-0. 2-0 Italy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to say 3-0 Italy.
Oh,
Wow.
You guys are like...
I think we just jinxed the crap out of them.
No forward's going to score, though. It's going to
See,
be
like I consider Chiesa and Insigne forward.
yeah. I'm
so
just
I don't know,
messing around, but no, yeah.
All right, so clean sweep. We're saying that they are going to be in the finals. Okay.
Dom's saying 1-0, which probably means we just jinxed them really bad,
Yeah.
and they'll be playing for third place.
And on the other side, honestly, like smart money, yes, is on England, but
I'd say Denmark.
I mean, I picked them to go to the finals, so I'm obviously going to continue to pick Denmark.
Hey, Denmark, England, I see overtime.
Oh yeah, so it's going to be.
I don't think it's going to be easy at all. So and England always blows it, so I'm going Denmark.
It would be a great story if Denmark had one more win and then went to the finals.
You really couldn't get a better story than that. Like
No.
honestly, it would that would be the best story if they made it.
Listen,
to the final.
don't forget they didn't even go to the second round until the final day, right? On goal difference.
Yeah, like they weren't even
insane.
Hey, both together they are playing Wembley, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So England is going to play home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's part most of the reason why I'm saying England's got a very good shot of winning because they have that home factor.
Yeah, but you know what? Their fans get on them pretty quick. So if something doesn't turn out right, like they'll be on them, and it's.
Listen, at the beginning of the game, they played a couple of duds in terms of games at the beginning of the tournament, and the last couple they've played well. So there's no guarantee they're not going to have another dud in them.
What question is that?
What
if Italy versus Denmark, who do you want to win? Oh God!
Let's get there first.
Yeah.
So wait. So the final is going to be before we have our next show.
Is it?
We're good. Yeah, this tournament's going to be over, right? Because the final's on Sunday or Saturday.
So
yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So we'll see. Dom, I would root for Denmark.
Get out of here.
Yes, I would. I would root for Denmark.
Get out of here. That's horrible.
In Kyer, I trust. Okay.
Hey, Dan, the question was for you.
I know. I just said Denmark.
Denmark?
You're disowned and you're off the podcast.
So,
they got Spinazzola. They got
I just called you an asshole.
That's fine. So I mean, it's so hard to pick the final because you don't know who's in the final.
We've all been saying Italy.
We've been saying Italy's going to win.
So.
Yeah.
If Spain and England go to the final, all our predictions for the final make no sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, and if that were the case, if it was Spain versus England, I'm
the final would be if Spain, Denmark.
Denmark.
If Denmark's in the final,
if anyone but Italy goes for me, I'm rooting for Denmark. If it's Spain, England, I'm rooting for England. If it's Denmark, Spain, I'm rooting for Denmark.
So we're anti-Spain, I guess. But it'll be interesting. We'll have something to talk about next week. Well, obviously, hopefully Italy's in the final so we can really get into it, and hopefully they win, and we'll all be happy. But it's been a good tournament overall.
It has been a good tournament. Yeah.
It started off obviously very shaky and slow, but Italy, from the way that we've experienced them to be in tournaments and missing tournaments, even the last World Cup, like I'm very happy with
the question is, do they finish this through with 2 more good games and win this thing, right? And then is it the beginning of a cycle of Italy playing well, right, with these younger players? And
I don't think it's the beginning of a cycle. I think they have a couple-year window of
that is a cycle in international football. That is a cycle.
It's like Belgium's team that they just had, right? The golden years, right? And they didn't win anything, so we'll see what Italy can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's a very disappointing tournament for Belgium to only get to the quarterfinals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. I don't know. There's. I think we covered everything. We talked about the tournament. We talked about some transfers and stuff. You guys have anything else to say?
No.
Oh, happy birthday! Yes, to
thank you.
the guy on the right over there.
Yeah, happy birthday!
What a day! I'm so tired. I need to go to bed.
Me too.
So like, subscribe, Twitch. I'm gonna get this right, Frank. I'm not gonna mess it up. Twitch,
yes, please.
YouTube for video, and then we have
Dom's only fan.
For Dom's only Tifosi.
Our producer's only fan page where it's all feet. Check that out. It's called Feet Tifosi's.
The audio version on Apple, Google, and Spotify. I did it. And follow us on Twitter.
We have a Twitter?
You do.
Nice.
Every week.
I ran a poll the other week. Got like 3 votes on it. So.
What one? What was the poll about?
I don't remember.
All right. Well, that's it. Let's go Italy. Let's 2 more games.
Right.
Let's have something to cheer about.
Yep.
Mm.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
See you next
Good
week.
night.
All right.
Thank
Right.
you.